Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around we are doing a build guide for the Lunar Lancer, and straight off the bat the Lunar Lancer is a physical damage character. So it's a physical damage character, and also the whole point of the Shadow, sorry, the Shadow Hunter, the Lunar Lancer is to one-shot things, and you're gonna one-shot things with your #1 ability. And basically what it does is that you swing your spear in one direction in like an arch, and then you swing it back, and well, either in the first hit or on the second hit going back, you are going to want to one-shot things, as we talked about in the Vanguardian build as well. That is your whole goal of how you are going to farm. So how are you going to achieve that? Well, of course you are going to achieve that at getting 100% crit hit. So with all these build videos, 100% crit is essential. I'll say that in every single video. So yeah, you probably have to embrace yourself for that. But you want to, of course, go for the physical damage as your main stat, and then go for critical hit. But it's also very important to get some critical damage, because the critical damage is, of course, what you're gonna do extra as you then use your #1 ability. So you don't want to use it too much. You can use, of course, your #2 ability. It's pretty awesome. It throws down like a big thing, but it doesn't really do anything besides, like, the movement speed is pretty cool. It heals a little bit and stuff like that. And of course, it also damages enemies, but it's not that like insane. It's not really what you want to go like that. Again, also, then you don't want to focus on attack speed. When you do get some more dragons and stuff like that, probably depending on where you are at in the game, there will be some dragons that are giving you attack speed, and with that attack speed, you can basically go and do or gonna do what you're gonna do. So the stat you are going to want to look for is a little bit of energy regen. If you can get it, you shouldn't go too much into it, but you should get some of it, because it does cost you energy to do your swing. But if you are one-shotting things, you should be able to basically not use that much energy, and then when you go from one dungeon to another one, you are going to be able to refill that pretty easily. Also, some dragons do give some energy regen and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think, I can see energy regen is like basically like here. This is what I have. I think I have a little bit too much, I think, but you have to min-max that yourself, and you kind of have to feel for it to see how much. I can't give you an exact number on what you should be using or shouldn't be using. But that can actually take us into the ally actually first, because you can have the Rat Berserker. The Rat Berserker is the best for any physical damage character, but there's also something down here, if I can scroll all the way down to it. The Flame Dancer does give you an immense of energy regen. You do, again, miss out on some physical damage. A lot of physical damage, 20% is quite a lot, and also the heal is pretty nice. But if you are looking for that extra, energy regen, you are gonna get that as well. Also, they also spawn some healing and energy regen. There's a lot of energy regen in this one. Sometimes it's a little bit too much, so you gotta have to, again, feel for if that is what you're gonna look for. So going back to the gear, you want to look for crit hit, crit damage if you don't have enough, or you want to go for some attack speed. You want to go for the crit damage 100% always. And then, of course, if you can get some, I don't have perfect gear on this one, but you can also go for some movement speed and also magic find. And attack speed is not something you don't want at all, but you don't want to do that too much, actually, when you do have the Lunar Lancer. You want to go for that 100% crit hit. So I also have energy regen on my ring. I should probably maybe change it into a critical hit instead, so I can get closer to that 100%. But that is for the for the face and the weapon and the ring and stuff like that. So for flask, you want to use the death defying. You can use any flask you want, but death defying is just the best one of them. Of course, you want to use the one with the 250 physical damage, the emblem there, and also you want to use you probably want to use your sure strike emblem, the ones that give you 20% when you use a flask for 10 seconds. That is pretty awesome. So if you are below 80%, I'm a little bit above. I think I could still kind of use it. It will still be 16, 17% I will get out of it. But you probably want to use some kind of ally spawner instead if you are above that. Again, you want to try to get out this Sewer Strike and get it from your equip stuff. You don't want to use the Berserking Emblem. Probably you never really want to use the Berserking Emblem because it doesn't. It makes you so you can't use your number 1 ability. So if you run in there, use your potion, you can actually not use your. You can use your base attack, but you can't use your abilities, which is what you want to do. Other ones like Chlor. You can also go for the some of the emblems that give you energy back, but they don't give you that much back, and it's not that big of a deal. I think you can always wait a few seconds and should replenish as well. So yeah, you can also do that. You can also use the trailblazing if you are really that, or the unwielding if you want to have a vulnerability shield while you have your potion up there. But that's more or less it for the allies. There's also, the potions. I mean, there's also a few ones here. So going into the gems. First of all, the class gem. What does the class gem do? Well, the class gem does this, that when you do attack, there's also a chance of you spawning and another version of yourself. The thing doesn't do that much damage. It's not very needed to have this one at all. It's a small little benefit. The thing is that it's like, if you're fighting, it's gonna spawn and then it's gonna be awesome, right? But then if you're just one-shotting things, you are going to go in, it's probably, you're gonna one-shot the boss, you're gonna get the loot, and he's gonna spawn, and then he's like doing nothing, basically. So I have it because it's pretty cool to spawn another person next to you. That's just why it is there. And I don't play the Lunar Lancer that much, but it is pretty cool to have that. But it's not needed, so if you want it, you should try to get it. But if you're like missing, what's it called, class gems and other classes, make sure you get those other ones first instead of the Lunar Lancer for sure. Other than that, there's not really any ones you want to use. You can use the Pyro Disc. The Pyro Disc is always great for any class, and it's mostly it's not for the damage of what the Pyro Disc does, but it's for the movement speed. And also you want to have something else than the barrier on this one. I even have max health on this one, so this is not the one you look for. You don't really want to look. You can use whatever you want to basically here. You don't have to have used like the Vampiric or something like that. Probably the Vampiric is the best one because you can still, like, if you're missing some health, you can just like hit some stuff and that's gonna, get you up there because you are gonna have that 100% crit hit. But you can use whatever you want to. You just want to go as high as you can on the physical damage and on the crit hit and crit damage, because then you're just gonna go into, one shot these things, and healing is not really gonna be an issue or a thing for you basically. So I think that covers most of what there is to build with the Lunar Lancer. I can talk about a little bit about the subclass, because the Lunar Lancer can't use its own subclass, but you probably just want to go for something like the Fate Trickster for the extra critical damage, or you can go for the Tomb Racers one to get extra critical hit. But you can see all these are basically the ones you can also go for a Magic Find build if you want to do that, or if you need some jumps, there's some over here. Don't go for the attack speed one, of course. That's kind of a given. And there's the only one that gives you physical damage is just Lunar Lancer itself, so you can't really go for that one either. But like a critical damage or critical hit is pretty nice to do so. The subclass doesn't really matter too much for the Lunar Lancer because of it's just there's not really anyone that really works that well. You could also use the Knight, by the way. You can also use the Knight if you want to do that. It's going to give you extra flask stuff, and also it's going to have you move around a little bit faster on your ground mount. So with that said, I think I covered everything. If I missed something, make sure you guys put it in the comments down below, and your other people can go down there, see if there's something I missed or something that you wanted to explain it better, or maybe your question is already answered down there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you, again, also the comment, but also like and subscribe. And I thank you so much for watching this build video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.